Micah 6. So, in the study Bible, it actually titled this part as God pleads with Israel. And I think indictment of his people is more correct. The first part, God is kind of like saying, well, plead your case. Have I wearied you? Have I made you like worn out in some any way? Like, I all he did was pretty much deliver them from Egypt and bondage, and he did nothing to weary them. Even the laws that he made, it was for their good and not for like sacrifices and rituals sakes. He he then and then Micah summarized that God has told us what is good, and God only requires of us to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with God. And I love that verse. It tells us it's an Old Testament view of what the law is, and then Jesus, when he come, he really explained that. I think this part is actually the very first part of what Jesus says, that is to love God. And then the second part is to love people. And to love God, you need to do justice, you need to love kindness, and you walk humbly with God. I'm like interested, like it's always interesting to me to like, we're not catching up with God. We're not like running after God. We're not finding God. We're not like playing hide and seek with God. God is like beside us as a father, as a mentor, as a friend, and we walk with him. Similar to how back then in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve walked with God. It's kind of like, and I think about my family when we have like strolls or walk around the block, it's just like walking at leisure and talking and catching up. So I think it's a very like strong image for me, and that's all God required. However, they are like just there there's deceit, there's wickedness, there's sin, and so what they reap from that type of lifestyle is that they will be given up for destruction. So the study Bible, something that stood out to me is that he calls on the mountains who are present through all of Israel history as witnesses. And then he mightily delivered the Israelites from Egypt to Gilgal. And then Micah summarizes the law of Moses into 3 commands. These new few things are what God truly desires of his covenant people, not innumerable sacrifices offered without a commitment to faithful living. Hosea, or mercy in the Hebrew, include the idea of loyalty and faithfulness to God's promises. Then it talks about how the Lord passed a sentence on Jerusalem and Samaria, recounting their injustices, wickedness and deceitful business practice, violence and lies. An unproductive land and a national scorn is the fate of a people who follow the example of Omri and Ahab. And it's explained that Omri and Ahab are kings who promoted pagan worship in Israel capital. So that's pretty much it.